Hello, hi, good day, good morning. My name is Amanda, and this is Let's Discuss. Before we discuss, I need to first apologize about the mess that is my room. I am sorry. Am I going to change it? No, because I'm at home every single day, and yes, I do actually have the time to be the change. But am I going to actually change? No, because I'm so lazy. Like during the lockdown, literally getting up is a challenge. Okay, every single day, just legit waking up is an actual challenge. Dang it. Anyway, so I think next time maybe I'll be better. Who knows? That could be our running thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll be better. Maybe I'll change with the times. No, I won't. So today on Let's Discuss, we are discussing something that you probably never heard of. It's so alternative. You want to that you don't know where to turn to. It's so underground. You've never hit the depths of the internet till you've been there. It's so dark and different. It's so we're talking about Eboys, okay, and Egirls. Yeah. It happened. It's happening. I'm just as confused as you are about why it still exists. I don't know, but it did. It is. It is. It is what it is. Anyway, so for those of you who have lived a wonderful life, and don't get me wrong, I don't. It's not that I don't like TikTok. It's just it's the category that I question. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know this wonderful thing called an e-boy and e-girl, it's this category, this genre, this class. Yes, we're using big words. I've got more than enough time to do so. So watch me. So it's these group of people who get on TikTok predominantly, I think. Yeah, TikTok, and they just stand in front of the camera to a song and look pretty. Yeah, it's just it confuses me just as much as I think it would confuse many of you about when you watch it, you're kind of just like, what's going on? What is the purpose of this and where is this going? But the world is kind of like, I don't know too, but like, we're all installed for it. It's like, you signed up for a subscription that you're kind of just like, I don't know why I did it, but I guess everyone's here, so I might as well just enjoy it. Plus, the people who are there don't find anything weird or uncomfortable about it. Watching a guy just stand in front of the camera and be like, I'm good looking, look at me. It's pretty much a perfume ad, but without all the gimmicks and everything going on. So without like the helicopter and the explosions and the bombs and the smoke. So because perfume ads are pretty much 50 different ads just smashed into one, so they make absolutely no sense. So it's not like, let me show you. This is a perfume ad. It's like boom, 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 perfume by Succulent, and same thing. E-boys just and e-girls just they have the music and the beautiful person minus all the things. It's just and that's it. And when you're watching it, you're kind of like, okay, he's good looking or she's good looking, and you kind of just sit there for 10 minutes. If it happens, you just keep scrolling. If you just go on a deep dive, you can literally go for a deep dive for a whole 10 minutes, and it's pretty much the same format, same thing, different songs sometimes if you're lucky, and it's just beautiful people standing in front of the camera being beautiful. And that's it. So I'm actually going to give you a bit of logic behind what causes e-boys, what in the world created this genre. Who woke up in the morning and was like, just because you're beautiful, You deserve a whole category dedicated to you. So it's actually this thing that goes on in our brain that is a precognitive bias towards beautiful people, good-looking people, people who are beautiful designs of a human being, and we automatically assume like positive things with them. So if you're good looking, we're gonna assume that you're like kind and that you're nice and that you're so caring. And that if you're sociable as well, it tends to be, and also intelligent, you tend to assume that these people are going to be really, really nice, even if that's not the, even though often that's not the case. And it's pretty much the backing for most marketing that occurs. And the halo effect is pretty much the reason why actors are so ew, and why marketers use models and not average people. Exactly. And why social media even exists. So it's a long running thing, and a lot of people have tested it and have done studies, and it was first coined by a psychologist and doctor who did a study using military personnel, military personnel, and he was gonna ask the generals to test if they found certain soldiers more likable or saw them as more positive, and it actually was true. The ones that they thought to be who were more quote unquote good looking were actually receiving higher praise. They were seen as being more wise, more intellectual, good at leadership, even though in other cases that they weren't. Even in education, teachers are most likely to treat children better if they find them in some way good looking, because your brain, it's kind of like a quick way that your brain subconsciously does things in order for you to make decisions on the fly, because you can't always think about a decision. So your brain is kind of like, okay, he's pretty, let's go with him, which is actually not great when you actually think about that this person, just because they're good looking, they could be horrible. But anyway, our brain works in weird and mysterious ways, and it surprises me every single day. So with the halo effect, I've been found that as much as you can have your being sociable, being good looking, and all that, you also tend to associate negative things, such as that person is vain, that person's self-centered, that person's manipulative, or that person will use their intelligence or good looks or their sociability to manipulate you. So as much as it has a lot of positives, it can also have a lot of negatives. So even though a person is kind, just because they're good looking, your brain will be like, oh no, they're definitely hiding something, or they're definitely manipulating the situation just because they good looking, something that they can't help, you know. It's sad. But the thing that I feel that is actually wrong would be the fact of like TikTok and social media, where people use the fact that they're quote unquote good looking just because I like like it's, you're beautiful, you're lucky, that's great, I'm all for it. But then again, I feel like as people, we also need to be more self-aware that we're just endorsing people for being good looking and nothing else. Like they have nothing else to back that. It's just they're good looking. And also I think the world would be a better place if we stopped just making people famous for the fact that they're good looking, and actually for like a genuine substance. I guess I feel that an actor being famous for being an actor is more, a singer being famous for being a singer, a dancer being famous for being a dancer is more, it's more accomplished, it's more fulfilling. It's like you I don't want to say like you provide something, because that makes sound, but it's kind of like I recognize the talent that you have, and that's special, and that should be seen, and that's the reason why you're getting the clout or the following that you're getting. But for being good looking, what talent is that? Is that your mom and your dad were pretty and then they made you, and like the talent of your genes was like boop boop and boom, you turned out and you were actually good looking? I don't feel that's right. And I feel as people, also the more self-aware, I think we can also change this quote unquote making good looking people famous just because they're good looking. And I think that's also going on nowadays with the Instagram egg. Some of you might have seen it, where it won the most likes. Oh, no. I love people of the internet. It won the most amount of likes, a whole just like a kitchen egg that you could get at the store. Because I think as people, we're also starting to become more self-aware that beautiful people shouldn't just get things because they're beautiful. And even modeling, like modeling, there's so much that goes into modeling, and I respect it a lot more than a person who just stands in front of the camera and does this, you know, who doesn't add any substance to it, doesn't put any work into it, but besides the fact that they were born. And maybe there is a lot of work that goes into being a TikToker and being an e-boy or an e-girl and making those videos, but from what I've seen, it's just music, this, and your good looks, and like that you're made, and oh yes, and a squad of friends who are good looking, and it's made. Which I feel is that for the people on even things like TikTok who are making quality videos, and there are people who are making good videos, who are making quality videos, just because they're not quote unquote good looking, they won't get the same amount of attention and the same amount of following and backing as a person who is. It's not fair. But that's the way the world works. Fairity is not something that is in the book of people. And even though we're becoming more self-aware, I think we're still far from being where we need to be, which is, I would say, honest and yeah, I just learned that for 2 seconds. But that's it for me. Thank you for listening to my Let's Discuss, and I hope my halo effect little tidbit has helped you. That way, when even you see it yourself, you will also come to realize that, wait, is this person actually nice or kind, or am I just doing it on the fly because they're a good looking human being, or sociable or intellectual? So I hope this helps, and I think once you become aware of a habit or a thing that your brain does, you can actually somewhat prevent it from doing what it does. So self-aware. This is goodbye from me, and I guess bye. Thank you. And if you agree with me, that's great. If you disagree with me, that's great. This is just my opinion. Yes. Bye.
I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life.